So we're starting with the Sacher cake, friends. If you don't know what Sacher cake is an Austrian cake, if I'm not mistaken. It's a chocolate cake. So it's like chocolate sponge cake, kinda. And then cut in the middle. And you put apricot marmalade in between. And then you cover it with chocolate again. Gee, sorry. So yeah. What we're doing basically, we preheat the oven on 180 degrees. Then we also need our little form for the cake. 26 centimeters. This is 26 centimeters, guys. And now we're gonna start weighing out the stuff. I weigh out the stuff most of the time directly with the Thermomix. So I put the bowl in there. And then we need 130 grams of flour. Okay, so we have the flour here. And now we're gonna put some baking powder in it. We need some baking powder. I have an open one, but I don't think there's a lot in there anymore. Kind of want a little bit more than that. So now I'm just mixing the baking powder into the flour. Then I'm putting the whisk in. So for the Thermomix, it has like a little whiskey thing. So I put that one inside. Then we need, oh yeah, right, we need so many eggs. Now comes the fun part. We're gonna have to separate eggs, guys. We need to put 6 egg whites. Okay, so we put 6 egg whites in right now. You know what we could make? We could make like, you know how there's like the biscuit, like a biscuit base, and then you put fruit, and then over the fruit you put some gelatin, like a layer of gelatin, and you could make the gelatin peach monster flavored. Wouldn't that be great? And you would get energy from your cake. Jesus, I'm a genius, man. Okay, I'm gonna show you how it looks like. Do you see this? We got freaking whipped egg. Oh my god, the mailman is here. Oh no, please don't ring. I'm gonna ignore him. So I put 180 grams. Perfect, thank you. So I put 180 grams of sugar. Fuck, he saw that I was here. He probably thinks like, why is this woman standing in her kitchen? That was the exact amount I needed as well. Just need to get the package. Oh wait, I'm gonna tell Nathan that his package arrived. Goulash is like, it's like beef in like a tomato sauce. You don't know what, I don't know how to pronounce, it's like some kind of stew. Kinda. I don't know. How do you explain goulash to somebody that doesn't know what goulash is? Steffi is supporting again? Wait, did Max say something? Oh yeah, there. Tomato soup with meat? Did I say soup? No, I said sauce. Not soup. That's not what I meant. So we have the chocolate. And now it's gonna get melted. Oh no. Careful, loud. It's gonna cut the chocolate. Sorry, I didn't know it was that loud. Sorry, chat. I'm sorry. That was louder than I expected. Now we're just this is warming up and mixing the chocolate and the butter. Oh yeah, it's completely molten. Look at it, guys. Look at it. We have the molten chocolate. And now we need to add some powdered sugar to it. Because it's obviously not sweet enough yet, right? So we need 40 grams of powdered sugar. And now we need oh, Lucy. Don't do it. You can pass through if you want. Please don't step on the laptop. Thank you. Vanilla sugar. 1 pack. And a little bit of salt. That's actually really important. I don't know, guys, if you know that, but whenever you're making something sweet, put like a hint of salt in there, and it's gonna make it taste better. Promise you. It sounds really weird, but there's a weird thing when you combine salt and sugar that is really fucking amazing. And now we're just mixing everything again. And now we need to put, while it turns, the 6 egg yolks in. Egg yolks. Boop. Okay, and now we need to put in the flour. So that is like the mix of flour and the baking powder that we made. So now we're gonna mix this. Okay, and now we put our batter into our form. This is a cake. You should read. We're doing the dessert first, obviously, because like the dough and stuff, it needs to chill. And now we need to bake it for 15 minutes. Okay. That's a long time. 180 degrees. I already preheated the oven. And there we go. And now I'm just gonna wash the stuff. And then we will start doing the goulash. And when the goulash is done, or set to cook, because goulash should be cooking for a long time to get the meat really soft, then we're gonna do the spätzle in the end. Okay, important. Goulash. We're gonna start. You need goulash meat, which is basically just beef. I have mine already cut in small pieces. Butter. We're gonna need mustard. We're gonna need onions. Need some garlic. And we're gonna need some spices. But first I'm gonna chop everything. Chop chop. Like, I'm always making goulash by feeling, so I never really like measure anything. So I right now have 3 small onions, or smaller onions, that I just chopped. So okay, I cut all of my stuff. Now I'm just gonna see, like, I have this pre-cut goulash meat, but sometimes they have like huge chunks in there, and I kind of like to have even chunks. And like, for example, this, like, do you see this? That just put like weird pieces of meat in. So I'm just gonna make the, see, that's all like uneven. I'm gonna make everything like in a big pot. Big one, big boy pot. I'm just wondering, where should we put it? Yeah, here you probably see the best. So, how I do my goulash. Sorry. If there are any Hungarians in here, they will probably murder me for how I do it. But, you know, that's just the way I learned it from my grandma. So I just take a huge chunk of butter and put that in and wait for it to melt. Might need more. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna put a bunch of spices on my beef. Salt, pepper. And then I'm gonna put some mustard. I use estragon mustard. Okay, you can see the butter is already dissolving. I'm gonna put in my onion and garlic mix. I'm just gonna let that saute a little bit. And in the meanwhile, estragon senf, yeah. So put that on the raw meat. And then you can do that by hand, but I like to not have all the shit under my nails. And now just massage in the mustard and the spices. So I massage that in. And now I'm also gonna I'm just gonna stir my onions in the meanwhile. And then we want to like get a little bit of color on it. So we're gonna put a little bit of flour on our beef. I'm gonna just put them on the side a little bit. And now we're gonna put another chunk of butter in for the butter to melt. And then we're gonna throw our beef in. You can, like, if you're doing it right, you take the onion out in the meanwhile, but I'm one lazy fuck, so I'm letting my onion in. And I'm gonna put the melted butter, smells so good, yeah. And then we just put the beef in. And our goal is that the beef, it doesn't really need to burn, but it gets like a sharp, like you want a little bit of like a, not burned aroma, but how do you say it? Like when you like shock the meat with like a high heat for a little bit. It does a lot for the taste. So like it can burn on the bottom of the, or not burn, but get sticky, you know, on the bottom of the pot, and that's fine. We want that. That's gonna be great taste later. In the meanwhile, this is doing it. Sear it, rösten. Yeah, that's the one, to sear the meat, exactly. And then I have 2 packs of tomatoes. Ow, fuck. I just ripped my nail, no. Our cake is doing fantastic, looking good. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. I don't know if you can see it good. Probably not really, but there's like a little bit of stuff stuck on the bottom. And now I'm gonna mix it in with the onions. Stir it a little bit more. You don't want it to even be like fully cooked. You can like, I do this with a wooden cooking tool, like a spatula, so I don't scratch my pots. And you can scratch that off because you want that to go into the sauce later. And then once we have that, what you want to do, or what you can do, is depending if you want chicken stock, or you can use beef stock, you can do whatever. I like those soup cubes kind of thing. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a little bit of water in a second. Just let it fry. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Do you see how golden it is in the bottom of the pot? That's what we want. That's gonna give us the great taste. I'm gonna fill it up with a little bit of water, and then I'm gonna put in, I have a pretty big pot, so I'm gonna put in, it's depending how much you make, but I'm gonna put like 2 soup cubes in there. Now what you do when you have like this little bit of water and the soup cube in there, with your wooden spatula, you want to like scratch this brown stuff on the bottom off so it goes into the sauce, right? Oh yeah. And now what we're gonna do, this is the part where everybody does it different, right? So some people do just water and they put some you know, like the reduced tomato paste in there. I just use the normal pasteurized, not pasteurized, what's the word? Like, what? How do you say it in English? Just tomato sauce, like pure tomato sauce. No sugar, no spices, nothing. That's what I fill up there. And now you let that cook as long as you want. But first we also need to still put some spices in there, and don't forget you put in like 2 cubes of the soup stock, right? Squeezed tomato. What is in the oven? A chocolate cake. So we can turn down the stove a little bit. What I put in to my goulash is I'm gonna put in some more mustard. I don't have a paprika anymore. You can put some fresh tomatoes in if that's something you like. Just wondering, do I have anything I want to throw in? Technically, you don't really need that much more. And then, I have no idea how they are called in English. You're just gonna let that sear in it. Lorbeerblätter. I don't know how they're called in English. Hi Jess! Are you home already? No, you have a break, right? I'm making your goulash. I don't know what they're called, but bay leaf? Okay, nice, nice. Bay leaf. So you want to take like 1 or 2 nice ones and just let it cook in there. And once it's done cooking, you can take them out. You could like also take some thyme, majoran, whatever, and like there's some herb bundles you can do. So if you have them, you can just use a string, bind it together, and use it like tea basically, and let it sit in there. But I just put them in a sauce and I just yoink them out once it's done. Again, this is gonna give your goulash a really good taste. That's just to infuse the goulash. At least that's what my grandma told me. My grandma always made those like tea bags of herbs. Where are my picks? If you don't know yet, if you're baking a cake and you want to check if the cake is done, you open it and you take a little pokey stick and you poke the stick through the cake and pull it back out. And if your stick looks like this and there's no dirt sticking on your stick, it's done. If there's still cake sticking on the pick means penis in Danish, so that sounds pretty weird probably right now for Danes. If there's dirt on your pick, it needs to cook longer, basically, is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, don't get dirt on your dick. I mean, don't get dirt, don't get cooked cake parts on your fucking stick. If there's still stuff on the stick, bake it longer, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not getting out of that one now, huh? Am I? Okay, I'm gonna let the cake here to cool down. You get what I'm saying, right? You get the message, okay? Don't get dirt on your stick. So, we have the cake out, looking fantastic. And now, what we want to do is, first of all, we need to horizontally slice it through. Don't cut it with a flat knife, cut it with a bread knife. Okay, let's see, where's the flat side? Here's the flat side of the cake. I'm trying to cut it in the middle. There we go. Look, it's even straight! I mean, I would be fine with my cake being gay as well, but this one is fucking straight as a fucking, I don't know what. Look at it! It's almost like I'm a professional, guys. Okay, now we're gonna make the inside. You can see how warm it still is, by the way. And we need some rum. Rum! Which rum should we take? I'm gonna take some Captain Morgan, actually. I don't want to take the expensive one from Nathan. Your breakfast was a Kit Kat and Pepsi? Oh no. What doing? This is just jam or marmalade, or I don't know how you want to call it. Also, I kind of want to remove the paper underneath. So, you can also warm it up, technically. And then once we got that, we're gonna put the top on again. And now, guys, now. Now we're gonna put the rest on top. In the meanwhile, what I'm gonna do, because I have the glaze here. Oh, you can actually microwave that. I forgot that. That's actually even easier. I like the pre-made glaze, the chocolate glaze. I don't want to bother. So like a delicious apricot layer under the future chocolate layer. Now I'm just using normal chocolate glaze, and what I'm doing Like you can warm that up in a water bath or... Oh, look, our goulash is boiling away. Imagine Gordon Ramsay ever watching my cooking streams. He would fucking cringe the whole time. He would probably be screaming at me and making me the new idiot sandwich. I would probably call myself the idiot sandwich of Twitch. I think that one is more fitting than the Gordon Ramsay of Twitch. Sacher cake. Sacher cake is fucking delicious. And now I'm just gonna put this into the fridge and let it sit till we eat it. So now we need the Spätzle. I'm gonna make the Spätzle in a Thermomix because I'm a fucking lazy mother fluffer. Sorry. And I also have my Spätzle thingy. I don't know what it's called. Grid. So we need 300 grams of fucking flour, 2 eggs, then 150 grams of milk, and then 160 of 60 of water. Sorry, not 160. 60 grams of water. Perfect. 59. That was 59 what was left in here. Jesus. Today, guys, is the perfect day. Did you see that? That was exactly the 60 gram I needed. This is insane. Salt. And muskatnuss, nutmeg, I think in English, right? Just a little bit, not too much. Don't forget, nutmeg can kill you. I mean, it can technically kill you, but you would need a lot. And now we're gonna let it mix. That's the dough. Just flour, egg, and water and milk. Salt. Super easy, cheesy. Now for the Spätzle, all you need is a pot of water, boiling salt water, and depending how good your skills are with making Spätzle, you technically only need a knife and a cutting board. But I'm a fucking noob, so I'm gonna use the Spätzle grid thing. This one. Spätzle. Eine geile Spätzle. If I had a restaurant and if I would have somebody order a well done steak, I would just serve them cardboard instead. Okay, making Spätzle is really messy, guys. Just saying. So, basically what you're doing, you put a little bit of the dough on here. And that will drop the dough into the water. And then you just cook it till it floats. And then all you need is a freaking thing where you put them in. And once they're floating, they're done. They're like super fast. And the Spätzle are done. They're so fast. So fast, so yummy. Do you have a good vegan recipe for Spätzle, Nita? The roses? Yeah. That is actually true. Like again, if you want the meat to be like really, really soft, guys, you should just let it cook for like 6 hours or something like that. Like this, the meat is still gonna be a little bit rough, but it's gonna taste good anyway. Hot? Yeah. We need some water, and then we're gonna eat. See, that's what I mean. Like, Jess's dish was super fast to make. Look at it, chat. Those are the Spätzle with the Goulash. Peanut butter sandwich. I have to say, the only way I like peanut butter is like peanut butter with fruits. Like, I really like chunky peanut butter. And then you eat that with like some cut up bananas, strawberries. Oh, I love that. That is, I think, one of my favorite snacks. let's get the cake. My nose is so runny because the food was so warm. How am I gonna lift that one out without having a shit ton of chocolate everywhere? Cake done. I'm gonna show you a picture, or show you the piece cut down in a second. Oh, the last. Oh, it's so warm. The cake is so warm. Jesus, why is food so good? Why is food so good? Anyway, tomorrow, I don't know, I guess around 2. I'm not 100% sure when. Thank you for all your support. See you again tomorrow. Again, tomorrow, Pummel Party, Golf with Friends, Hub Games, Checkbox games, box games. So if you want to play with me tomorrow, make sure you have those installed. I love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye!